Good morning, everyone, and welcome to today's coffee chat with the Yavapai College Small Business Development Center. As many of you know, I'm Ruth Ellen Olinsky. I'm the center director here and a certified business analyst with the Yavapai College SBDC. For viewers out there who may not know, our coffee chats are held every other week, and this is a space where we dive into practical tips for your business. We share the latest updates, highlight opportunities and events that can help you grow. It's also a great way to connect with you and our community of local entrepreneurs, and also to share about resources that we have across our community. So today, we're fortunate to be joined by Corey Christians, Director of the Yavapai County Library District. Welcome, Corey.
Well, thank you. I appreciate you having me here. It's always great to see you, Ruth Ellen.
It's good to see you too. Thanks for joining us today. So let's jump in. Can you talk a little bit about us? Can you tell us more about your role and your team at the Library District?
Yeah, it's actually, the Library District really does a lot. And most of it we do behind the scenes with the exception of the branches that we directly operate. So we do operate 15 library branches throughout the county. So as an entity, we operate more libraries than anybody else in the county. So we do 13 of them are in unincorporated areas, 2 are in incorporated areas. So this is going to be, we have libraries in Ash Fork, Baghdad, Beaver Creek, Black Canyon City, Clarkdale, Congress, Cordes Lakes, Crown King, yes, Crown King,
wow.
Dewey Humboldt, Mayer, Paulden, Seligman, Spring Valley, Wilhoit, and Yarnell.
What
so
a list.
All over.
That's crazy. And I know I just learned about all of these locations just a few years ago, and I thought it was really important to bring that up today because I don't think people realize how many locations we have in Yavapai. And can you tell us, why is it important to have libraries out there in more rural, unincorporated areas?
Yeah, absolutely. It's I think what a lot of folks don't realize about the unincorporated areas is that they don't have an actual, they don't have a mayor, they don't have a town council, they don't have a city council. The county provides all the services for those particular areas. So if they want something, a service, chances are they're not going to have it unless the county provides that service. So we're putting libraries all over the county because we know, A, that these information resources are important, that they need to have access to them to be well-informed voters. B, that there needs to be entertainment and education opportunities in the rural areas. So we have programming, we have materials, we have movies, all these different things that they can use. And lastly, it's also a center for government services as well. So if you want to get a building permit, the development services is out there every once in a while, and you can set up meetings with them. You can do things remotely. We also offer notary services. We offer a lot of services out in those locations so that they don't have to come into Prescott or Chino Valley or Cottonwood, and that they can get them right in their home.
It's not just limited to books, right? There's just so many. Exactly. There's so much more to those libraries than just checking out books. Can you talk a little bit about specific resources that libraries offer to support our local business community? Because a lot of our viewers are people that the SBDC is connected with. Certainly is always looking for additional resources just for their business and businesses.
Yeah, entrepreneurial services is something that we started talking a couple of years ago because that was something I really wanted to make accessible in our rural areas. So it can be challenging to set up a business, for instance, or to learn about what's required of your business with new laws, new employment laws, different laws that are passing. So I wanted to help to make sure that those resources are available. So first and foremost, we partnered with you to help make sure some of those trainings are available that the SBDC puts together. And the turnout isn't always great. Some of these communities are very small,
Yeah.
But just the one or two or seven business owners that show up and get those resources is helpful.
Oh,
Another
for
thing,
sure. And we find that maybe even more meaningful, when we're out in a community, we might be hosting a workshop and it can be, yeah, it can feel a little like, oh, darn, there's only a couple people here. But, the reality is that's still a win, right? Because I don't know that those folks would have accessed resources or training otherwise. And so I'm always, our team is always talking about that. Like, we've got to show up, we've got to be there. And if it's a small group, it's still a meaningful event.
oh, and there's so many laws these days that are impacting business, and they just keep passing more laws, and keeping up to date on all that is so critical to make
Mm-hmm.
sure that you're doing what you need to do as a business owner.
Yep.
So we really appreciate that partnership and working together to help make that happen. We do also offer some other services. So simple things like you don't have access to a FedEx or a Staples or something like that. We do faxing, we do copying, we do scanning, and we'll assist you with all that. And we have very reasonable prices for those parts of those services that actually
Well, and that
cost money.
is so helpful for people that are out, in more rural communities for sure, because they don't have access or they don't want to drive. I mean, let's be honest.
Yeah. And so we try to make it as easy as possible. We also have Wi-Fi hotspots you can check out if you need to be on the road.
We've taken advantage of that for sure. Yeah, so that our team has access when we're out and about. So that's a great resource. Yep.
Well, thank you. We appreciate that.
I wanted to ask about your training and meeting rooms. So I know a lot of those locations have spaces where people can meet. So could you talk a little bit about maybe reserving space if you need a place to meet with somebody else as a business owner or otherwise?
Yeah, so if you, not all of our libraries do have meeting rooms. This is part of what we're hoping to fix over a multi-year process, because as you can imagine, with 15 locations, adding a meeting room can be problematic. But for those locations that do, such as Dewey Humboldt has a meeting room, Mayer does, Cordes Lakes does, Ash Fork does. So several locations, Seligman, have meeting rooms. So you can either just call the local branch, and if you go to ycfld.gov, you'll be able to see all of our branches, and it has all their contact information, and you can just call them and they can line something up. Another option is you can go to yavapai.events, which is our countywide event calendar, and you can actually reserve a meeting room right from your home so that you can just set it up and you'll have access to it. And
you don't need like security clearance or anything. This is just free and open to the public.
Yes, yeah. I mean, we do have a meeting room policy, which is on our website.
Okay.
So it's like you can't be selling stuff or that sort of thing.
Okay.
But if you want a consultation, you want a meeting,
or if you want to meet with your SBDC, right? We meet with clients all the time at public libraries across the county. So that's another great option for us as well. Yeah.
So if you have any question about whether it might be something you can do in our meeting room, just take a look at that policy. It's really easy to understand. The lawyer did approve it, but I wrote it, so
it's an approachable policy then.
Yes.
Okay, well, that's good to know. Are there any upcoming events or trainings happening that you want to share today that our viewers should know about? Anything on the docket that you know of?
Well, as you can imagine, we have lots of events going on across all of our branches. So if you go to that yavapai.events, the great thing about that is you'll be able to, if you live in Mayer, you can put in Mayer, and it will just show the events happening there. But
search it by community. Okay.
Yeah, it can go by zip code. All these different pieces in there. But there's like, 15,000 events or something from across the entire county, or maybe it's 15. Yeah, I think for the year that's what it's been.
Wow.
Well, it's not just the libraries. It's not just the public libraries. There's nonprofits. There's municipalities. There's other entities that put their events in there as well. So not only will you be able to see what's happening in our library branches, you'll be able to see in the municipal public libraries, most of them, and also some nonprofits. So if you want something to do on Saturday, I guarantee you'll be able to find
You can
something.
find something on there. Okay, and just to clarify, it's yavapai.events.
Yep. So if you put in http:// or slash, whatever it is, www.yavapai.events,
Okay.
you'll be able to see all those.
Okay, great. And we'll put that in the comments once the recording posts later this morning, so everybody can look for that in the comments. I believe we've got a contact email running across the bottom of the screen there. If people want to contact the library, you can certainly email them. And then I believe the website again has popped up a couple times to contact your library. Is there anything else you want to share with our viewers today, Corey? Anything else that comes to mind?
Just a couple of other business resources that we offer. We do have consumer reports. We have a great software package called Data Axle, which it used to be called Reference USA. If you are looking at starting a business, you can get demographic area. You can see who your competitors are. You can see how much they make annually. So you can get a good look at the competition. It's a really great resource for business owners. And if you have any questions on how to use that, library staff can help. We also have a program to get your diploma. So it's not a GED, it's a diploma, and it costs you nothing. So we have a lot of programs like that. We have Mango Languages if you need to learn a foreign language. So a lot of business resources, legal forms. We have a legal form database. So all sorts of stuff that you can use.
Wow, that's good to know too. So thanks for sharing that information. And then the final thing, I mentioned this before we hopped on live, but there's a program that my team and I noticed when we were traveling through Yarnell about a month ago. And it's a way to check out basically passes into museums and other like cultural establishments across the state. Could you talk a little bit about that program just for fun?
Yeah,
maybe we business related, but that's okay.
Yeah, we work with a nonprofit. Actually, several libraries throughout the whole state do for this program called the Act One Culture Pass. So if there's a museum or some cultural location you want to go throughout the state, it's not just even local. We may have free passes to go to that particular location. So we do have information about that on our website too, or you can just stop by your local library. And we run this program with the municipal libraries too. So they'll have this at Prescott Valley, Prescott Public as well. So stop by a local public library and you'll be able to visit those locations at no cost, including like the Herd Museum. So it's not just local spots.
I love this program, and this is why I love public libraries with programs like this and services that are offered at no cost. So thank you, Corey, for joining us today and sharing more about the Yavapai County Library District and the services and resources that you have available, typically at no cost, right? And a lot of business resources too. We so appreciate all of your work in this space and for our community. So thank you, Corey, for joining us.
Thank you. I appreciate the opportunity to talk about the great things that we can do.
Yeah, and now look forward to future workshops together and future partnership.
Likewise. Thank you, Ruth Ellen.
Bye, Corey.
Bye, everyone.
So before we wrap up, I'll just take a moment to remind everyone that the Yavapai College Small Business Development Center team is always here to support you and your business. In addition to educational events like this and the sharing of community resources for you and your business, we also offer no-cost confidential consulting for businesses of all sizes. We can meet you where you are, like a public library or a local library or community center, if that works best for you. We're here to help you tackle your business challenges and unlock new opportunities. So thank you so much for tuning in today for the Coffee Chat. We'll see you next time with more insights and conversations to help your business thrive. Thanks so much, everyone. Have a great day.